if there's like any genuine fitness advice, health related advice that I would give, somebody in a similar situation as me, right? Maybe you left the military, right? That tends to happen sometimes, man. You're in the military and Uncle Sam is telling you, hey, you got this fitness test coming up. You need to get in check. So you got that reminder there. And then when you leave the military, you don't have that anymore. Or, just habits in general. You laundry list of injuries, man, from head to toe. I just have a lot of injuries that I've been dealing with over the years, and I've found ways to like remedy a lot of that stuff. So if it's any advice I can give somebody in that situation, is to be very honest with yourself, man. uh, don't take a lot of the validation and things like that you get on the internet with a grain of salt, because you got to look around at all the movements and what's accepted, what offends people now. You got to look at all that stuff, and then you got to look at internally what you're trying to do for you. I always tell people, man, if whatever you eat in private, you'll wear it in public, man. I don't think a lot of people understand that. It's because we don't tell ourselves the truth. And when people ask me, man, what's a good workout routine? Or what's a good eating regimen? Man, everything is accessible now. And it's not even me trying to be anal about it, but it's all accessible. We know what we should eat, what we shouldn't eat. You got apps, man. These apps are just, you look at one app that funnels out workout regimens. Sometimes you got to pay for them. They have like the in-app purchase. But you look at one, a bunch of other ones will kind of filter into your algorithm. If you talk to somebody about something health related, man, or a fitness app, you'll start seeing it on your timeline. It's kind of scary. So when people ask me, in most cases, if we've spoken before, I'll say, hey, man, just scroll up. Look at what I told you before. Or, man, dude. Like, I know a couple of people they either finished their master's, their doctorate. I'll use that. Like, bro, sis, you performed research at the highest level. You mean to tell me you can't Google or chat GPT a freaking a meal plan? And then I chat GPT one and sent it to the person. Like, so yeah, just you gotta be honest with yourself. If you are trying to start a fitness journey, start now. Real. At 45 years old, 6 years removed from the military, you got to start now, because it don't get no easier, man. And you do not, I promise you, you do not want to get in that place mentally and physically to where you like, man, this is just how I am. You just buying time, coasting here, right? Because that's scary, dude. So you do not want to put yourself in that position. Family, like for me personally, man, having a 12-year-old, I want to be as active as possible. I want him to see that, right? Because our kids, our nieces, nephews, god kids, whatever youngster you have in your life, they emulate that, man. They pick up on that. My son, him and my girl was watching the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and I went to sleep. It was late, too late for me. But I woke up to a text, her sending me that, like, and I'm like, man, Jake Paul messed me up. But as a proud father, he knows that I can protect him. I'll try. It'd be pretty embarrassing if I got knocked out by Jake Paul in front of my son. That's a different vlog though. But, start now, man. It's so much information out there. You got to figure out what works for you. I do not believe that there's a one size fits all approach. I've been doing so much different types of working out over the years and trying different, ways of eating. As long as you don't lie to yourself, it tends to work. There's other internal things that happen. Like when I was doing keto, my mood was messed up, but my workouts were great. I saw the results. I was really focused, right? Carnivore for me, it worked. I saw the results, but I was always like hungry for whatever reason. So now I stay in a calorie deficit. I don't want to be in my 50s or 60s, barely can, move around or have to be put on certain medications because of how I chose to live my life. I don't want none of that. I want no part of that. So I am very, self-absorbed when it comes to my health. When I do these, a lot of people will just, man, you tearing people down. And I don't know, y'all, and I don't care, to be honest with you. More so is because, like, think about some of these athletes and these celebrities. A lot of people have been telling me over the years, man, it's your genetics, it's your genetics. I'll probably give them that. From what I know about my father, at one point he was about 6'2", 220, 230 from a picture. And people I've asked, but what happens when bad habits and father time kicks in? You know what happens. It's undefeated. Those two are undefeated. Your genetics don't mean nothing when your habits are trash and father time comes in. Compiled with the injuries and you saying you're not having time. All these people we'll look at that, we used to idolize them. These athletes, these actors, now we posting pictures of them now older, 60s, like, man, the year's been tough. They got older. Life happened. You looked in the mirror. So, yeah, man, take advantage of that stuff. Like, that was one of my biggest fears. I had two. What am I going to wear every day when I get out the military? Because I've been wearing this uniform for 20 years. And then, I don't want to get out and then fall completely off the rails, because being 300 pounds, I can tell you one thing, like, mentally it was draining. It's very an undefeated, like a defeating feeling, man. Like you don't feel like you can come back from it. And unfortunately, but fortunately, it took a kidney stone in Afghanistan for me to kind of be like, I need to change this. But this time I'm not going back. See, it's different. Like I've said it 1,000 times now. When you're in shape and you gain the weight and then you lose it, it's different. It's a whole different mindset than to never, be in shape. We be taking advice from people that'll get on social media. I've been big all my life. You should love yourself. Why are you listening to them? No shade on them, but, and then on top of it, you don't know how long you're gonna be here. I hate to have that mindset to say, man, that ain't gonna happen to me. Because in 2004, when I was in the best shape of my life and I would see somebody that was like 300 pounds, that ain't gonna happen to me, man. I got my stuff together and then it happened. You never know when something's gonna happen. So, fellas more so, get it together, man. Like, it's folks out here dropping like flies and it's like we don't even care, man. That's why I say I'm not about to get in the back and forth about who you voted for, if you should get the degree, if you should get the cert, if you should get the trade, starting your business. None of that. I'm not doing none of that. But I will talk to you about the heart disease numbers, because we're here. And in order to get the degree or start the business or vote, you got to have your vessel has to be intact or it's the upper room, right? So don't lie to yourself and start now.